Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Dee McRae, and this is the I'm sorry. Let me start that over again. I am Dee McRae, and this is Purpose with Dee McRae. Okay, today's topic: into the gate. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification button for future videos that I upload. Any messages, comments, or questions, please leave them at the bottom of this page. If not, then contact me at capital Y, lowercase EHVEHA 77 at AOL.com. Please share this video on every platform, everywhere, and to everyone. Okay, please like and subscribe. Please check out my description page. You can see where you can contact me with my contact information I just gave you. And you can also check where I purchase my books and where you can donate to. Okay, so let's get into this. Enter into the gate. Now, what does that sound like to you? Well, enter into the gate. As if you just check my video that I did earlier this morning, I think it was called The Most High's Court in Africa. Now, this is like a small continuation. We were talking about the court case. This is a continuation because the court case, like I told you, the Most High in the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2, and you can check verse 12. It tells you about how the Most High is going to restore his chosen people. Okay, this enter the gate. If you go to Micah chapter 2. Okay, now go to verse 13. Like I said, the Most High restores the land back to the people, his chosen people, and he rules and judges over the other nations, and he settles disputes for them. Okay, but when we go here in Micah chapter 2, verse 13, this is what it says. I'm going to start at 12. It says, I will surely assemble all of you, O Jacob, and this is the chosen people. I will gather the remnant of Israel. I will set them together like sheep in a fold, like a flock in its pasture, a noisy multitude of men. 13. He who opens the breach goes up before them. That means the breakers, the dashers, who opens up the gate before us. They break through and pass the gate. Going out by it, their king passes on before them, and the Most High at the head. So that's saying that the children of Israel will be positioned behind the Messiah, and the glory of the Most High at the head, at the front. The dashers will break out before us, the Most High at the head, the Messiah behind him, in the house of Israel, the remnant of the 12 tribes of Israel behind them. Okay, enter into the gate. Like I told you, these are Bible prophecies in the Old Testament. A lot of times you'll hear that those things are over. It's not over. When they lost the kingdom in the first Kings chapter 11, the Bible tell you that the house of Yehuda will go into captivity. Okay, they lost the kingdom because of Rehoboam, Solomon's son. The kingdom was taken because of what Solomon did, but the Most High refused to take it from Solomon because of his father David, King David. So he took it from his son. Okay, and as he took it from his son, if you look at the book of Lamentations, it tells you about how the house of Israel had left the glory of God. Okay, so now the Bible prophecies are still on. But what happened when the ancestors went into slavery, captivity, everything was put on hold. These Bible prophecies are still coming to pass. Now, my question is, I don't know the situation with the New Testament. Now, I'm not one of those people that's going to come before you false with the word. Now, the Bible says what it says. Okay? And the Most High is still the rock that's coming out of the mountain. Isaiah chapter 2, 1 and 2. Micah chapter 4, 1 and 2. Okay? No, well, that's when the people are restored, and all the nations, as well as the house of Israel, will go before the Most High in Isaiah and in Micah. But Daniel chapter 2, I think it's 44, that tells about the rock coming out of the miraculously coming out of the mountain. Okay, this is the glory of the Most High coming back, his power and him coming back into this world. Okay, so don't deny those Old Testament prophecies are coming. You're going to see some New Testament prophecies too, and some of them are already kind of breaking out. But when you pay attention at the end, you're going to see something. By the time the battle of Armageddon, I'm not going to speak it in this video, but by the time the battle of Armageddon hit, you're going to begin to understand what it is, the difference in between the Old and the New Testament. You're going to have a rendition of understanding. Okay? I'm not putting it in this video. Maybe I'll get it and put it in another video. Okay? But I just wanted to share that with you to understand that the Most High spoke of his way of the people being restored and going back into the land. But before that happens, there will be another wilderness experience. Okay? There will be another wilderness experience. And those who do well in the experience of the wilderness should thrive and make it into the kingdom. But you have to thrive in the midst of that wilderness experience. Okay? And that you can find that wilderness experience in the book of Revelation chapter 12, when the woman has a place prepared for her for like 3.5 years in the book of Revelation 12. That is the wilderness experience. Okay? So like I told y'all in the other video, please read the word yourself. It's all right to listen to your pastor if that's what you want to do, but please, by all means, make sure you read the word yourself. Okay? The Most High said the Dashers will break out before us, and I'm praying that I'm one of them. Okay? The Dashers will break out before us and open up the gate. The Messiah will be behind him. He's at the head, and the remnant of the house of Israel behind the two of them. Okay? So we have our kings marching before us. The Dashers break out before them to open up the gate, and we cruise behind the Most High as he will be at the head. All right, that's all I wanted to say this evening. Because what I didn't tell you earlier is that, everything since the time that the house of Yehuda or Judah in the Bible went into captivity, the Most High has put a mark on his people. Okay? You can say that by looking at Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68. Okay? Deuteronomy 31, when he was talking to Moses before he died, 16 through 21 of Deuteronomy 31, there's a mark that the Most High has put on our heads. He started it when he talked about Judah going into captivity in 1 Kings chapter 11, when it spoke of the house of Yehuda going into captivity, but not forever. Okay, so we will be restored back to glory. We will receive, the kingdom will be restored. Okay, you can read that in Ezekiel 37, 23 through 27. You can read the whole chapter because it's going to tell you that. You can look at Isaiah 14, starting at 1. It's going to tell you that the old civilization is going to be restored. Look at Isaiah 58. I think it's somewhere around 12 or 13 where it speaks about when we obey the Lord and keep his commands and keep the Sabbath, it'll be just like restoring, like being builders of the old civilizations. Isaiah 56 tells you about this building, rebuilding the ancient ruins. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you guys. The Most High put a mark on his people. The Old Testament prophecies are not over. The Old Testament is not over, but because of enslavement and the house of Israel losing the kingdom, until it's restored, all of those things are being put on hold. It's on hold. It's not over. It's on hold. All right. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me at Darcell McRae, at Darcell McRae 4. Instagram, check me out. Lowercase letters only. DARCELL.MCRAE.37. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check me out on Monday, 10 o'clock, or come in at 9:55 on Mondays. And I think that's all I have, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in with me, those of you who will. Don't forget to check the description page. Y'all come on and purchase, get your copies of those books now. I believe you guys will enjoy it. Okay, I believe that you guys will enjoy the story that's told, and then there were miracles. Okay, it's up to you if you want to donate. I'm not forcing any donations, but I would greatly appreciate it. You guys know that I love to help the homeless and do all of those things, and so those of you who want to just support the channel, support me and my works, I will be greatly appreciated. But that's totally up to you guys. Okay. And yeah, that's all I got, guys. Okay. So thank you so much for you who watched the video. Okay. I am Dee Dee McRae, and this is Purpose with Dee Dee McRae. God bless and have a wonderful, blessed evening. All right. Good evening. Bye-bye.